hearts, and this is a very great thing. You know, in this particular society and culture that you are living in, it is a culture that is very much focused on the youth, on the young, on the beauty, on the effervescence of 20-year-olds, 20 to 30. That is the basic, in that particular range. And so it takes a very wise being to say, well, I am not young, but I have gotten some wisdom and I am willing to share it. Because in terms of the media, in terms of the way that monies are spent, all of the marketing is geared for the 20 and 30-year-olds. And yet, this particular population right here, right now, is the population that is going to make a change in terms of helping the younger generation to see growing old gracefully. It hasn't really happened because people used to die much younger. You know, think about your grandparents. Did they not die 60, 70? No, that was the average rate of age. Now people are living 80, 90, 100. You can go over to Kalama Heights and see 3 people over 100 years old walking the halls, smiling and happy. And it is a very wonderful, wonderful thing that this extension of life. So what do we do when we have an extension of life in such a manner? How do you bring quality into it? You cannot base your life on what it was yesterday, only on who you are today. So in this day, in this very moment, just take a moment to go inside and to feel who you are. Feel this body that you are living in. This beautiful, beautiful vehicle and vessel. For without this vessel, this vehicle, you would not be here in this physical form. You would be in the invisible realm, such as the others who are visiting us in spirit now. So give thanks. First of all, give great thanks for this vehicle. Even though it may have some little hiccups along the way, it may have some little, limitations in some way, because as the body ages, if you look at a dog, you can see a dog's life pretty quickly. Yes, 0 to 10, and there they go. They start getting the arthritis, and they cannot hear you anymore. But what happens with dogs? They get so much more devotional. Yes, they're neurotic. A lot of times they're neurotic if they chewed on the furniture or they did these other. They sort of just mellow out. Yes. But people resist this mellowing. They don't want to rest more. They don't want to take it easy. They want to sort of be like a puppy, keep going. People are always looking, how can I use? How can I get more vitamin? What stem cell can I take? What vitamin can I take? What energy therapy session can I have that's going to bring back my youth? That's going to bring back that essence. But you know, if life was all just puppies running around, it would be a very crazy world. If it was all only youth, there is a great balance that is happening. You are part of that balance, this beautiful balance in life. The young, the middle-aged, the elderly, it is all this beautiful, beautiful tapestry of love. And it's love in many, many, many forms. And it is meant to be set up this way, that the babies receive love and the elders receive love. And in between you give love, yes? You give love and you give love. And it's really all about letting go of who you were or who you thought you were yesterday, because yesterday doesn't matter. Yesterday doesn't exist. Yesterday is gone. So yesterday, if you were a singer, you're not a singer today unless you sing. That's it. You're just not. You have to do those things that bring aliveness into you. So if you are a writer, but you haven't written for 1 month, you cannot say you are a writer today. You were a writer, and that is great, but you're not a writer today. So each day, think about how do I want to create my life? Because it's really what happens is one day builds on another, and on another, and another, and you have a month, and then you have 12 months, and then you have a year. And what happens is people say, well, I'm a surfer, but they haven't surfed. So you have to keep it alive in yourself. So if you're a lover and you haven't loved, then you're not the lover now. You're maybe a lover of life, but you're not the lover. You see, so it's a way of bringing that immediacy into your life in such a way that this aliveness stays present. And if you want to make your life in the future more vital, what we would say is look less externally and more internally. Because as your body ages and your body slows, the energy to do some of the things that brought you vitality. If you used to hike to the top of the mountain and slide down the waterfall, and your body can't quite keep up with you in that way. And if that was your way of connecting and feeling alive, and you haven't developed other ways, then what happens is you lose that connection to your soul. So there has to be a way of learning how to surrender to the process of life. And the process of life is constantly moving and constantly changing. So we're very excited that you're each here and that you are the colorful ones in terms of what you are doing in life. We have in this particular mix people who have deviated from the normal path of getting a high school degree and then a bachelor's and then a master's and then a PhD and then on into, that kind of, we have more people who have been listening to their inner guidance. So we get very excited when we get to be in a group like this that is really ready to expand to their next place of being, and that there is really a spontaneity that you carry with you that we want to honor. Because without the spontaneity, you would not be where you are right now in your life. That you have opened up to the power and the presence of spontaneity in your life. And that's a very exciting thing. All right, so we are here. We are most available for any questions that you would wish to ask. We simply ask that you do state your first name 3 times. And if you would wish to join us up here in the front, it would be most welcome. Yes? Yes, dear, please.